The best signing of a season with impact. I feel like when you're talking about a signing, if they do not have numbers, they have impact. But then if they have impact and they have numbers, it is really a good thing for them. So I think we signed Ryan Chucky at the beginning of the season, or towards the start of the season. So Ryan Chucky has been my best player, my best signing of this season.
Everybody welcome. Everybody to the fun.
All right, for the fans, by the fans, do not forget that we have the biggest watch party for the final that is going to be happening in Budapest. Budapest, Kampala. The Fan Bench brings for you that watch along. Arsenal vs PSG. Action agenda kubeerawo. Never haters mwenda na wagizi ba Arsenal. Come and we watch the biggest game of the season. As we also prepare for Arsenal's big Arsenal parade on 31st.
Egenda okubeerako ekikopo kimu.
Fe, ekyo tutwakye so said that this is the Fan Bench, and follow us on all our social media platforms at the Fan Bench. Subscribe to our YouTube because we have very many good things coming to you all. The season is almost coming to an end, Kevin. Yeah. We have match week 36. Presumably we have only 2 games left. It's only Manchester City and I think Palace that have that extra game in hand. So the season is coming to an end, and I don't think any of the awards will change because of the 2 games that are remaining. Yeah. The players that have performed well over the 36 or 30 more so games. And then those ones that have flap, hands down. They don't need these 2 games to recover.
Just down there.
So the Fan Bench, of course, we want to bring you some of our individual awards for the season. And I think rightly so. Who do you think, Kevin, have been the underperformers of this season?
I think the underperformers of this season, without any doubt, anyone would agree with me right now. I think anyone would think I would say Chelsea Football Club, but then Liverpool is Sambi Katono.
Yeah, I think
this season Liverpool is Sambi Katono, because going into the transfer market, I saw all the signings they were making, and I remember we used to talk about all that money.
I was scared.
I had already started making visions. Salah in the wing, Isak here, Ekitike in the wing, Florian Wirtz
following behind them.
That was so dry. It was so plain to show that how do you spend all that money on superstars? More of a title defender.
Everyone actually thought that Liverpool are going to defend their title because they have strengthened. They've got all these forwards. Alexander Isak, you've brought Ekitike. Florian Wirtz. He went all out, and I think Liverpool owners did their best, but they have underperformed.
Really underperformed.
For me, they have underperformed. I could also go Chelsea because, in fact, both of them are equal. For Chelsea, for a team that wanted us to believe that the Club World Cup was not a pre-season game, if you are the best club in the world, show it. But you're lancing in 9th.
That
is underperforming.
You guys sort of degraded that meaning.
Because now, for example, because how do you come? I think even FIFA must be annoyed because this is a club that you're saying people,
but they will stay there for how many
World
years?
Cup 4 years. The bunch, they will have it, like I think 3 more years now. If you are the world champions and you won it maybe deservingly, and then beating PSG and that, show it.
Yeah, the best team.
Just for the Premier League, just for the big trophies. You're in the Champions League and PSG is coming back and you're losing 8.
And the most you could have done this season is go to an FA final and you're finishing. Right now they're in 8th, I think.
You get what I'm saying? So also Chelsea underperformed. Liverpool have also underperformed this season because they have not even tried to defend the title. They just gave up. They tapped out.
They tapped out, fighting for positions and making it to the Champions League. So those are, at least we all agree there, that the underperformers. Yeah.
Who have been your overachievers this season?
My overachievers, someone might say, hey, you should start from the beginning of the season. Whatever you're going to say is going to be wrong. But then Manchester United have been an overachiever. I did not expect Manchester United to be where they are right now. Yeah. Had they stayed with Ruben Amorim, they would be down the drain right now fighting with Tottenham Hotspur for a spot there to stay in the Premier League. But then they took that bold step to bring Michael Carrick back. And Michael Carrick, such players actually always understand the tradition at the club. Ruben Amorim didn't know anything. Michael Carrick, there was a Carrick Odikewe Kadi. Ever since he came back to the club, United has won the most points. Give him. Give.
He's a good guy.
Give.
My overachievers this season, I think, have been Iriola has been Bournemouth on the course of getting into Europe or playing European football for the first time in the club's history.
Yeah.
For the fact that guy sold all his star players, selling Hussein to Madrid, Kakes to Liverpool. They're selling all their good guys and guys that were playing well. Sold. And then for them to come and
also left.
Yes, Solanke left and everything. So for them to come back this season again and compete and even be better than they were last season, I think that is overachieving beyond. They could even get into Champions League, to be fair.
I credit their agents. I don't know where they get good players from.
The small teams always have. And Brighton, they always have, because they have that eye and picking out players. So I think my overachievers have been Bournemouth by far. Getting into young player
of the season.
Now, this I think everyone will agree.
There have been a lot of really young players this season.
Have they? I feel like this is one of the seasons where we haven't had a lot of young players.
Extraordinary young players. There's this time when you can have young players in the season go Gamba. The range is between 20, 21, but then this season there's been one really outstanding player for me. And moreover, his age, I think he's only 19. Has been Krupi for Bournemouth. Scoring 12 goals.
Non-penalty. I think
non-penalty goals.
He has played well, but for the way we know how the English work, I don't think they're really going to grant him that thing, but young player of the season when there is Nico O'Reilly, a guy who's on the course of going into the England squad. And to be fair, he has been perfect for Manchester City. So for me, I'll give the vote to Nico O'Reilly. I think this season he has been the best young player. And, he's going to win trophies. Potentially, he could win a double.
Yeah.
For Manchester City, that's the Carabao. So he has been the best. And I think he has been the best.
Me, why I say it's Krupi has really stood out because setting your best striker in Solanke was giving Bournemouth numbers. And then you entrust
a young kid,
a 19-year-old.
Is he French?
I think he's French.
He's French?
I thought it was like Brazilian, but I think he's French.
Junior. Young player of the season. It's among those two, but the way I know how the English run their league, and
they will milk Nico O'Reilly.
The first they have to put Nico O'Reilly there, but he has also been great. And then manager of the season, I think that is
manager of the season, Mikel Arteta.
Mbadingi
na kuemula but
wadoga Pep Guardiola.
Not need them. Mbadingi na muiteri nyanga litandika na B, but then
tovu champion.
But then Mikel Arteta has been a good. Anyone might say no, because man, baheta to the banj, we are very many, but sometimes come out and speak the truth. He has his imperfections. Yes, he has been trying for 6 seasons. But then when he was supposed to be actually there and when he was needed, I think for a coach that has built his team slowly by slowly and he has known that I need this type of player here and this type of player here, it has been Mikel Arteta. Minus the way Arsenal spend, minus the way Arsenal scout players, I think he really came out. He has built a force that no one actually wanted to play Arsenal at the beginning of the season. Would you match Kiriza? No one wanted to face that Arsenal squad.
And to be fair, you have to credit him for his consistency. I know people make being second 3 times in a row some sort of banter. You can banter it for it. But there's a lot of consistency that takes that. And I know you can be second the first time. If you're not second the next time and you're 5th, that means there is something. But he keeps second and keeps trying and potentially. He said at the beginning of this season that we have to keep digging until we find gold. He's on the course of finding his gold.
He's almost
and
there.
That is the resilience. You have to just keep being there.
Yeah.
And it's funny how sometimes in a season, Mikel Arteta, on the course of winning the league, he has only one manager of the month award. And the problems that award caused him, my friend. The month of April. You almost feel like Tebamua.
Yeah.
So,
but then Arteta has done really incredible things this season. He has had the best defensive record. People say defending a lot is defending. Let me tell you, a good defense wins you titles and a good attack wins you games. Arsenal have both. They don't have a good attack, but then they attack.
Will that work in the game of PSG?
No. Hey.
Because people keep saying that statement, and I feel like
you're coming
closer. The good defense wins you trophies.
Yeah.
or titles,
Yeah.
good attacks win you games.
But then, yeah, if Arsenal was playing another party, not PSG,
Whether you support, I hate watch Mwagala Mujitware. Someone
I've
said
already
that-
bought the Jazzy
Someone
people.
said, I've come to terms that Arsenal will win the Premier League, but I do not want this lot to win the Champions League. Where shall we go?
We can deal with the fact that Arsenal has won the Premier League. It is okay. We can, but then the
And
Champions.
by the way, to be fair, for all Arsenal
Hey.
fans and the Champions League, I think what is great for Arsenal right now is to focus on the Premier League. Because even Arteta for himself,
Yeah.
I know he'll go into legendary books if he wins the Champions League for Arsenal, which he
Yeah.
has more time to do that. But if you look at in terms of legacy and being given credit in the whole world as these managers, he needs to first win the Premier League.
Yeah.
If he wins the Champions League right now and doesn't win the Premier League, I do not think he gets the kind of credit that he deserves.
Yeah.
Because we have seen managers for Chelsea. They bring in, what was that guy's name? Who won minus Tuchel, the other guy. And they're nowhere to be. Yeah, Tuchel right now is even into international football.
that
You know?
Italian
He
coach, I
wasn't
think.
able to win for Bayern Munich. So it doesn't really put you anywhere. But win the league and then people start putting some respect on your name. So Arteta, big game big Premier League trophy coming up.
Yeah.
Champions League, we shall take whatever. I'm one of those Arsenal fans saying I'll take whatever result. We win it, we celebrate. We don't win it, we chase. We chase again. You win it eventually
keep
someday.
fighting.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
keep fighting and winning it. And potentially, he looks like one of the Arsenal managers that can actually win the Champions League finally.
Yeah.
And definitely right. Now, season starting, Liverpool buying very many players. Everyone is like, 2 foot day, 2 weight day. Who is, for you, who's the best signing this season?
The best signing of the season right now. The best signing of the season with impact. I feel like when you're talking about a signing, if they do not have numbers, they have impact. But then if they have impact and they have numbers, it is really a good thing for them. So I think we signed Ryan Chucky at the beginning of the season, or towards the start of the season. So Ryan Chucky has been my best player, my best signing of this season. Because Manchester City coming into this season, if we had not bought Ryan Chucky, we are not going to have any creativity anywhere. Phil Foden was low on confidence. Phil Foden was no longer him. I think Phil Foden was him in 22-24. But then coming into last, he was no longer him. That is why we had to go out for Ryan Chucky at that cheap price. I think it was 30 million. And he right now, I did not expect him to go into double numbers. But then he has double numbers in the Premier League. He has 15 GA. Yeah, and he has been really impactful. There are these people who, I think he has added a little bit of flawlessness into our play. Because unlike other creative midfielders, ever since KDB left, we have a creative midfielder that wants to attack. Not a creative midfielder that wants to turn, scan, do this. He wants to attack. Yeah? So I think Ryan Chucky has been brilliant and he's my best signing.
I think I'd also agree with Ryan Chucky, but on another days, because Martin Zubimendi for the last 2 months or so, it looks like he has lost all his credibility that he started with at the beginning of the season. I think Martin Zubimendi was an incredible signing for us, though, especially replacing with Thomas Partey, and it explains in the amount of games and the number of minutes he has played for us this season.
Yeah.
Thomas Partey, I do not know how many seasons it took him to make 50 games for us now.
I think he only had one season where he even played more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Martin Zubimendi comes into a league where everyone says physicality, this physicality is. He takes it, he plays Arsenal's games, all Arsenal's games prior to these last few games where I think he got some tired legs and eventually the physicality caught up with him.
Reduced.
But, and of course, people will look at you at that particular time. But when you look at Martin Zubimendi from the beginning of the season to some point and the amount of goals, and people also forget that he won some very important games for us.
Yeah.
You remember him in that Aston Villa game.
Villa game.
You remember him very important in the Carabao Cup.
Even in Champions
against
League.
Chelsea. In the Champions League, very, very crucial. But now because he has had a difficult last 2 months or so, everyone has discredited. I can't imagine some Arsenal fans saying that.
Should I blame Mikel Arteta for that?
Yeah, exactly. Something that he was doing with Bukayo Saka at the beginning of the season. And I know when sometimes, in some positions it's difficult to make changes. Sometimes you have to understand Arteta. With wingers and forwards, you can change them how you want. You can rest. But you're looking at 2 core midfielders at their best time. There is no way you start alternating them and killing the rhythm of the team.
And I know everyone agrees with me. There's a point in time where we were saying Rice and Zubimendi plus Eze. Because Odegaard was a bit out. was the best midfield trio.
So for me, I'll give my vote for starting of the season to Ryan Cherki, obviously. But Zubimendi, because of these last 2 months and people starting to put disrespect on him. But remember those first 2 seasons and look at the number of games he has played for Arsenal in his first season.
If you have
in a league that they call physical.
If you have a CD right now, people will say you cannot go back to back in the title. But then Martin Zubimendi was that type of midfielder that, you know, when you have a CDM that plays from the back and can create from the back, Zubimendi was that type of player that would not wait to first pass to race to drive the ball inside. He would find a player making a run.
Also, Teta's tactics have
exactly. But then, as you said, when he reached towards the point of physicality, Narabanga, Zubimendi is no longer giving him that defense. He had overrun. Now he told him to actually be reserved a little bit
to be
more.
reserved to save energy or something that you cannot understand. But people forget that goals that you remember his opening goal against Sunderland, his 2 goals against Nottingham Forest. He wins a game against Aston Villa. The mistakes have been there. The games, of course, I think he has the most mistakes leading to goals for Arsenal. But in that position and what they require him to do, probably whatever. But this is his first season. For me, that's why I credit him. He has been very crucial to Arsenal.
Being this is his first season in the Premier League. If you look at Zubimendi when the season had just started, making those runs, making those passes that break lines, it's just Arteta's tactics that
ruining the line.
I want you to play.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously. So Ryan Cherki for me, he is definitely the signing of the season. I think he has just
not lived it up there, but then he has done what he
I think he has lived it up. He has
kept us up there. He has 12 now.
12 assists already in the Premier League this season. I think he is. So